So I live in South Goa, and then when I want to go on a vacation, I usually choose to vacation in South Goa itself. Hi guys, it is Magali. Welcome to a new vlog. The last time that I vlogged, I showed you all my life at home in South Goa. This time, I'm still in South Goa, not very far from home, but I am on vacation and I've been looking forward to this day since the start of the year. I'm in a really cute little resort in the South Goan village of Magali. We come here pretty often because my parents have like a membership with this place. This time I am in the resort solo, but I might have some friends come visit me later on, I'm not sure, but I am technically vacationing alone. I think I should show you guys the room tour first. That is always my ritual. I haven't unpacked yet. When I unpack, it's going to get messy. I had booked a smaller apartment this time, so I was going to get like a studio apartment, which is just like one room and then a bathroom. But when I was checking in, the staff there were like, oh, we're just going to give you a one bedroom, so I have a bigger room. I'm not sure how or why that happened, but it's nice to have that additional space. This is kind of the view as you first enter. To my left, there's like a little bench cubby area, and they just dropped off a bottle of wine and some fruits, so that was really nice. This is the living room. This area is like the kitchenette, where you can actually do a decent amount of cooking here. There's an induction cooktop, and they have like utensils and stuff to cook and obviously to eat inside. And there's a little fridge as well, which is pretty basic. One of my favorite features behind the couch is a nice large mirror. This area tucked away from view almost, and this has like the dining table. That's the window that I was just chit-chatting with you all from. I just love a good source of light. Let's open the balcony. It's going to get quite noisy outside though. In the living area, so let me show you all the sleeping area. Before that, here's the bathroom. Really just a super standard basic bathroom. It'll do. And this is the bedroom. There's the bed, and it looks really cozy. The bed's actually calling my name right now because I've only slept like 5.5 hours last night. So I'm fighting demons right now. Here's a little dressing table situation. There's like a closet kind of thing there. Now that you've seen what the room looks like when it's neat, I can actually get to unpacking and like getting my stuff out, putting it where I need it to be. I also need to buy groceries, so I have stuff to eat. Swiggy Instamart orders here, 2 bags. These are like 1,300 rupees worth of groceries. I have to unpack anyway and sort what needs to go in the fridge and freezer. Still like a little throwback moment to my older vlogs, and I'll show you guys what I got. So first, the stuff that needs to go in the freezer and the fridge. I have 2 packets of like ready-made vegetarian stuffed parathas, Ashirvad's aloo paratha, which I've had many times, ID's onion paratha. I have not tried this yet because it's just come to Goa, and I think when you live in like a smaller town sort of thing, a lot of the products reach you very late because the supply chain is not that good compared to cities. This has been out in cities for a really long time. I bought this for my parents when they were in Mumbai, but it's just come here and I'm excited to try it. And then I have this big packet of Amul dahi, because if you have stuffed parathas, you have to have dahi with it, I think. 1 pack of Prasuma's pork ham. This cured meat is delicious. I love having it in sandwiches especially, and the quality is really good. So I do prefer ham over salami. I like bacon, but Ham is not as salty as bacon and not as fatty also. Basically, all of the cured meats are really delicious, but we need to have them in moderation, and I do have them in moderation. I have 2 bottles of Coke. I much prefer regular Coca-Cola over Diet Cola. Now that I'm very active, I can justify having like the sugarier versions. Earlier, I used to cut down on my sugar consumption, but because I'm like running and moving more, I'm able to, and I should be consuming more sugar. I also have dabba of Amul butter. I find this dabba very convenient. I have some bread, 2 different packs of breads from this brand called Mark Brown, which is a local bread that I see in all the shops around South Goa. This is just regular white sliced bread, and I'll pick white sliced bread over brown bread or multigrain any day. This is something new from them that I'm trying for the first time. It is a focaccia, and it has like olive and cheese and all of that apparently. I don't think it's going to be as good as artisanal bakery focaccia, but also this is just 60 rupees. I hope that it's good. I think I'm going to try this right now. Then I have some sweets for my sweet tooth. Britannia fudged brownie I've been having for years. You all might remember these from some of my old Amazon hauls. They've changed the packaging, but the product is still the same. So you get 3 individually packed brownies in here. Yeah, it's a little on the sugary side, but it's good. It does contain egg. And then I saw some other sweet thing from Parle. Both of these flavors also contain egg. So I was like, okay, they might be good, because I feel like cake, brownie, you get eggless versions, but they're just not as good. And it's great if you can't eat egg, but since I eat egg and everything, I want that to be egg and cake. So this is the vanilla cake. This is the orange cake. There's also a chocolate variant, which I would have loved to buy, but it was out of stock. Then I have 1 pack of milk. This is my favorite milk that I will be using it for like my tea and coffee and stuff. Now for like instant foods, I have MTR's 3-minute Sevia Upma. I've had many packs of this. It's quite easy and quick to prepare, and it's delicious. And then some noodles. Both of these I'm trying for the first time, so I'm very excited. This is the Nissan Gheki noodles. I've done a review of the initial Nissan Gheki noodles back in the day. So when they initially released, I think there was just a chicken and veg version, but because these noodles have taken off, I've seen them do so many more versions after that, like a cheese version, a kimchi one. This is the carbonara version, which is also veg. Samyang Buldak has a carbonara version that's really delicious. I think it's one of my favorite Samyang noodles. So I'm assuming this is like a dupe of that Samyang one. It is about less than half the price, but it's a smaller pack as well. So even though this is my first time trying it, I took a chance and bought 2. Hopefully I won't regret that. And then I saw this noodle and I couldn't resist. It's the ITC Sunfeast Yippee noodle, but the flavor is Tom Yum. It says tangy Thai style flat noodles, and I love Tom Yum. Like my mouth is watering just talking to you all about it. These are just some dry snacks to munch on. I bought these more with the idea that I'll be hosting some friends and I need to be a good host. But if not, I will eat them, and if I don't finish them, I will take them home. 1 pack of 2 Yums Karare, because they copied the shape from Kurkure and they copied the flavor from Maggi Masala. So it tastes exactly like Maggi Masala. You like the crunch of Kurkure, but the taste of Maggi Masala, you will really enjoy this one. A few orange lays. This is the West Indies hot and sweet chili. Then I got 6 packs of Nois's Bikaneri Bhujia, because I'm having a moment with Bhujia on the whole. not strictly a focaccia, but also not bad. Thought that bread might fill me up for now, but it didn't. So we're gonna try this cake. It already comes pre-sliced. It's so cute. Sweet treat with a strong black coffee is just an elite combination always. It's okay. Not bad. I decided that for this vacation, instead of running, I'm gonna try to do indoor workouts. I will not be using the treadmill though, because I've set my eyes on something different. Since it was Sunday today, the local chicken shop takes a half day, so they only open in the morning time, and because of that I couldn't go and buy eggs. I suppose I could get eggs from some other place, but I like buying from there, so I decided that I would wait till tomorrow. But breakfast is going to feel very incomplete without eggs. And then when I go out to buy eggs, I'll also get some fresh vegetables from the shop there. But I did whip up a nice simple dinner. I'm just having some parathas with dahi and a little bit of ground beef as well. I love winding down at the end of the day with something to watch. And I don't want to start a movie today because I do have sleep to catch up on. But I discovered quite by accident that Amazon Prime in India has an add-on channel called See and Rewind. You do have to pay additional for it, but it's not very expensive. It's 200 rupees for an entire year. You can get all of the classic Cartoon Network TV shows on it, everything that I grew up with. I was a Cartoon Network girl through and through. It was so sweet to see all of those familiar shows, and that's why I will be watching Powerpuff Girls today. I'm looking forward to catching up on Dexter's Laboratory as well. Of course, I'll also be watching Scooby-Doo, Looney Tunes, Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries, and so many more. I'm really excited.
Sorry, the city of Townsville. A city that sleeps. A tired town with an early...
Now you see that lilac color, but it actually is untinted. Like the color disappears on your lips. Toasted buttered focaccia for breakfast that I slightly burnt, but I think it'll still be really tasty. This one keeps these like Chintu teacups in the room, and like what am I going to do with this? This is not good enough for chai or coffee for me, so I just called the reception. They sent me like decent mugs, and now I can have my morning hot baby. breakfast is served. One thing that I've always felt really grateful for is that I get to take longer vacations, like of a week minimum, that really allow me to settle and relax and enjoy the change of pace. And I get to do that because of my parents, mainly my mum, who are at home holding down the fort and taking care of like all the responsibilities, and also I don't take that for granted. Anyway, I was really frazzled and underslept yesterday. So today I ultimately got out of bed at noon. I don't plan to make that a habit, but I needed the extra sleep. Then I made myself breakfast, and now I've just been really lazing about, taking it very, very slowly. I have a little bit of work to do with YouTube only. I filmed a February favorites video the day before leaving home, and I edited it and uploaded it, but I need to make the thumbnail and all of that stuff. So I think that I'm gonna do that for the next couple of hours and hopefully get done with it also. Anyway, afternoon time, can't step out of the room, it's way too hot. So once the sun starts coming down towards the evening, we will go out and get some stuff done for sure. Once I get cozy with my devices, I can just let the entire day pass me by. Like, I had one screen in each hand with my phone, my iPad, and before I knew it, I just saw the light change. Like, it's almost going towards sunset. So let's go out for some shopping, and maybe we'll get some chai also outside. There's a really good chance that I will regret an almost 7 p.m. coffee, but I want to go to the gym right now, and banana and coffee is kind of my ritual before I go to the gym, so I had to do it. Biceps today till failure actually, and now I can't even hold my phone straight. Like, it's shaking so much, you might not see because the phone stabilizes, but my hand is just doing this. Gym session 2 days in a row. Who am I? So the thing is, I've been thinking of getting a gym membership here in Goa, but signing up and paying the membership fee is the easiest part. Actually making the time and making the habit to go in regularly is much harder, I feel. And then it's not just that you wasted your money, like that's a part of it, but I feel like it can be really demotivating if you get the gym membership and then you stop going, and it really like fucks with your mental health, because then it adds a layer of like shame, and it breaks your self-trust, and it's like, oh, I always do it, and like, look, I can't be consistent. I want to try to build consistency and discipline in my life before I actually get that membership. Since September, I have been quite consistent with running, and that has helped build self-trust for me. I have managed to inculcate quite a lot of discipline in my life. I will have a few days or even a week that I'm not so disciplined, that I'm not being so active, or that like I'm not sleeping properly, all of that. If that happens, I think I'm able to recover from it, in the sense that I don't let that derail all the progress I've made. I'm just like, okay, I had a bad few days, let me rest it out and start again. And I think that has just been great for me. So that's why now that there is a gym over here in the resort and I have no responsibilities here and I have free time here, I was like, I'll go every day. So I went today. I did 20 minutes on the cycle. I did a little bit of weights, but I didn't film that because when it comes to weights, I'm an absolute beginner. So I'm just still feeling like a little bit shy about it. So I did some arms, and then I also did some squats. So that should actually target like my quads, I guess. I'm just learning muscle names, but basically like your thigh muscles, which also build a lot of strength for your legs. So I did goblet squats, and that was great. When I got back to the room, I even did my daily high plank. I've talked about that in my previous like weekly vlog that I put out, which is like a nice habit to have. Try to do 2 minutes of a high plank every single day, and I do not actually do it every single day, but I try to do it as often as I can. I didn't make it to 2 minutes today, maybe like like 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes, but I was having trouble with my form, and my friend Riley gave me a tip or a cue to keep my face like facing forward instead of looking down, and that has helped my form improve. My hair looks crazy now, but it'll actually look good in the morning.
Holding a dialogue with something arcane that's maybe not mortal, and you feel intrigued, captured even.